Morning. Thanks for braving the elements and coming out to a snowy Highmark Stadium today. Very excited. Obviously, a few weeks back, we had a time to talk about some player signings, bringing back two of our leaders in Jose Angulo and Matt Dahlman. Since then, we've had an opportunity to talk about player signings to help us reach yet another level in Joseph Nguyen and Anthony Obadai. Two players that have a championship mentality, something that we're looking to develop here in Pittsburgh, and two players that have played at the highest levels, with Joseph playing in Bayern Munich and Anthony playing in Ajax, both of them also playing within the MLS with the Houston Dynamo. The first thing that we're going to talk about today and announce is the formation of a PDL franchise in Pittsburgh for the first time. It's a Premier Development League team that will be hosting the top collegiate players from around the country, especially in the Pittsburgh market, to give them an opportunity to move on and play at the highest level. This is a groundbreaking announcement for us because the players in this area, the collegiate players, typically in the summers do not have opportunities to move on and advance in the game. This will give them a direct route to the professional level, playing under the pro team here in Pittsburgh, being advised and watched over by Justin Evans from the professional side, using all the resources, indoor and outdoor facilities of the Riverhounds, and opening them up to a network of scouting opportunities within the USL and the MLS. The PDL is the highest amateur league available to young players that are looking to move on to the next level, both for the special case players in high school and also college. And also, arguably, they have put up the most players into the MLS Super Draft from an amateur league over the last decade. Over 150 in this last 5 years, to be specific. You look at the PDL and what they've done in terms of developing national team players, and it's unprecedented. You can look at players like Brad Guzan, Robbie Rogers, Jay Demerit. The list kind of goes on, as well as the last two #1 draft picks in the MLS Super Draft. For us, what we're looking at is an opportunity to put these players in front of the next level. We are obviously looking to become that next level for many of these players, but also we recognize the value that we bring is by creating a network that will move players to Major League Soccer. We've been very clear from the get-go with the Riverhounds that our aspirations are to be considered Major League. We want to be the best team in the USL. We want to be the next Orlando. We're very, very humbled by the move Orlando made recently with moving on to Major League Soccer. We've been very clear from the get-go that that is our intention as well. But along the way, we want to make sure that we align ourselves with the very best clubs within the United States and within the USL. And so with that, we're very, very excited to announce the official partnership with the Houston Dynamo of Major League Soccer. We have been looking for the right fit over the last several years. Last year, obviously, with the USL merging in terms of a relationship with Major League Soccer, it set the groundwork for a very positive relationship in the game of soccer, something bringing together the two most sophisticated leagues within the United States. And I don't think we could have picked a better partner or had a better partner come and enter into those negotiations with than Houston. They're led by one of the top presidents in the league, and Chris Kutney, who's here with us. He'll comment shortly. And led by head coach Dominic Kinnear, who is, without any doubt, one of the top managers in Major League Soccer. Houston has won 2 championships and 4 conference championships as well over the last 8 years. They've represented the U.S. And Major League Soccer in 6 international events, including the CONCACAF Champions League. They are the best of the best, and we're very excited to be matched up with them this year. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for young players looking to make it. It stretches all the way down to the PDL players as well. We'll now have an opportunity when in Pittsburgh to impress the coaching staff within the USL as well as Major League Soccer. To finish this up, it's probably a sore note for Chris and Houston, but this past weekend was a great indication of how the relationship between the USL and the MLS can be very effective. The 2 goal scorers in the game against Houston this past weekend for Kansas City were players that played on loan with Orlando City this past year in the USL, and CJ Sapong and Dom Dwyer. Both came down into our league and did a fantastic job, proved their worth, and were given an opportunity to go back up to Major League Soccer and show it at the highest level. And they did that this weekend. Obviously, our intention next year is to make sure that we are beating Orlando and Houston is beating Kansas City in every single opportunity. So that's part of our partnership and part of our job. With that, I'd like to introduce to you Kutney of Houston Dynamo. He's the president, and he can speak on behalf.